I'm Trent, and this is Vision Preparedness. Good afternoon, everybody. Hope everybody's doing and happy celebration to all my subscribers. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody's having a great weekend. Thank you for making this 1K celebration. Because of you, we have hit 1K here at Vision Preparedness. Thank you, Dan H. I see everybody in the chat. And I'm going to roll through some names. Fed Up American, Penny Pension, Mad Dogs Forge, Liberated Lady, Ontario Prepper, Homestead Aquarius. Everybody's in the house. TJ in Georgia, or Ontario Prepper. Chine Moss Farms, my ride and die, one of the best moderators that have ever come onto the planet. Triple Threat Firearms and Defense. Good to see you, ride and die. Hope everybody's having a great afternoon, staying warm and staying safe. Today is all about you folks. I appreciate you guys for liking, subscribing. I've got some amazing guests that have joined to partake in the celebration. And I was actually floored that most of them said yes. So without further ado, I'm going to bring up, because I am a gentleman, ladies first. Everybody knows this amazing lady here that I'm ready to bring up, and she is probably the most influential, and I'll tell more about her later. But welcome, my mother Sparks. Good to see you, Christy. Thank you so much. Unmute. Thank you for joining. Now,
hello.
The next guest, folks, this is my brother from another mother, who I have no clue where he's at, but he's somewhere in New Yorkistan. So you know who I'm talking about. Without further ado, Mr. Hudson Valley, Prepping and Survival.
Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? How you doing tonight? Well, this afternoon. We didn't have to wait till tonight.
Exactly. And my other guest, and I'll tell a great story about this gentleman. I call him personally, this is the godfather of prepping, folks. This man does it, is doing it, and has shown a lot. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the Angry Prepper. Thank you, Jason, for showing up. I appreciate you, man. So, folks, this is how we're going to do. We're going to hang out. We're going to have fun. I'm going to share a little bit of my journey and what I have learned from all of my guests here today, as well as those in the chat. We've got tons of giveaways that we're going to give away today. And just to let y'all know, in the chat, when you hear this sound, it's time to give something away. Now, Christy, my mother Sparks, was probably, well, let me back up. When I started my channel or was thinking about it, there was a gentleman that I reached out to, that I followed him, and we had a conversation, and I got to give kudos to him, and that's Be Ready Today. Good friend, close friend, and God bless him. He taught me a lot, shared a lot, and introduced me to my mother Sparks. And we became very close friends, her and her husband and I, and she pretty much taught me the ropes of YouTube, you know, and we've spent many, many days and nights talking, chatting, plotting, planning, and from there, it just started to fall in place. And we were having a conversation one night after watching one of the Angry Preppers lives, and she was like, "You know what? We got to reach out to him. We got to talk to him." I was like, "This is the Angry Prepper. This dude, and so I said, okay, you take the lead on this and do what you do." And sure enough, folks, she did. And we had a conversation one evening with Jason. And next thing I know, Jason said, "Well, I'm gonna have both of y'all on my channel at some time." And my mouth dropped and hit the floor. And I was like, "You got to be kidding me." So she went on his channel, and things just started happening for her. And then I was on his channel, and my feeling, being the new kid on the block, my whole thing was, and I'm gonna date myself, this was like going on a Johnny Carson show. Because if you if you can spend time with the Angry Prepper, you've met, as far as I'm concerned, the pinnacle. And that's exactly what it was. Because Jason has been doing this for years. And he has the insight, he's made the mistakes, and he just makes it happen. And now, from him, that's how I met Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival. And Christy reached out to him, and she said, "Well, he's this." And I'm like, "Wait a minute, what?" So, everything goes from who you know. And I can't say I did all this by myself, because I didn't. And I would never say I did, because number one, those of you in the chat, the subscribers, you're the ones that got me to where I'm at. And the help of these people on the panel, plus more. I could spend the afternoon telling everybody who, I reached out to, who I got tips from. North Shore Preparedness, bless his soul. I talked to him in one of his lives, and he told me, he said, "Just do it. Start your channel and be genuine. Talk about what you know, and tell the folks, if you don't know, tell them you don't know. And you'll figure it out." And that's what I've done, and that's what I try to do. And Christy knows, and Jason and Mike know. I didn't care about numbers. I just wanted to be able to provide content that could help somebody with something they didn't know. And people like the Roaming Prepper I met. And then from the Roaming Prepper, I met my ride and die triple threat. And from there, it just grows. So it's all about making the connections, and you see us content creators talking about building your community and getting to know people, not just in your area, in state, out of state, understate, overstate, whatever. These people know stuff because they've been through stuff. And I am so thankful. So today we're giving away a whole bunch of stuff. I've reached out to some of our affiliates. Nutrient Survival sent tons of stuff. And the stuff we don't give away today will be given away at the Bug Out Weekend. So when you show up, there'll be plenty of stuff to give away at the Bug Out Weekend, and more by then. But so with that, Christy was always telling me stuff to do. And this was one night, it was her and her husband and we were talking, and I don't even know what the topic was, but she said, "You got to do this," and I just looked at her and said, "Don't tell me what to do. You act like I'm your husband or something." She said, "I'm your internet wife, and this is what you need to do in order to get to where you need to go." And I was like, "Yes, ma'am." So I did what I needed to do to get what I needed to do. She's the one who helped me with StreamYard and all this other stuff, and turned me on to the Runny Egg channel, which I was like, somebody with a channel like Runny Egg, what is this, a cooking show? But he helps you grow your channel and do things to help grow your subscribership. And I did. So, I've learned from all three of these people up here and people in the chat. That's what it's all about. With that, I'm going to turn it over to whoever wants to say whatever they want to say when they want to say it, and we'll go from there.
Well,
I'm
I
just
want to
going to say
thank
hello.
you for having me here to celebrate with you for the 1K, man. I'm surprised you didn't get there quicker, to be honest with you. You got decent content. You're right on the money, always engaging with everybody, and I'm surprised you didn't make it faster, brother. And I'll be happy to be with you again for the 2K celebration.
There you go. I appreciate it. That's what I'm talking about. Most definitely. Yeah, I never looked at the numbers. I didn't care about numbers. All I wanted to do was provide content that would help somebody. But you know, it's my channel's not even a year old yet. So I guess we're doing okay. I don't know. Evidently, we've got 1,000 subscribers plus, so something's going right. But I appreciate you, Mike. You the first time I saw Mike in a chat in the Angry Preppers channel talking about we all gonna die. I'm like, what? Who is this dude talking about we all gonna die? And look what came out of that. He has an amazing live on Wednesday nights. We all gonna die Wednesday. So, but I appreciate you, Mike. You know, you have inspired me from your bug out weekends to your bug out yard sales, and that's why we're doing a bug out weekend in June, because you
Fantastic.
talked about getting together, testing out your gear, meeting people, and just hanging out and having a good time. So we're going to do it in
Man.
June.
Awesome way to network, and I'm looking forward to making the road trip, bro. It's gonna be awesome, and I'm honored to be there with you.
Hey, I appreciate you coming, and we're going to have a great time and eat some amazing food.
Sweet.
That's for sure.
You
That's the
had me
name
at
of the
food,
game.
bro. You had me at food.
Yes, ribs, brisket, pulled pork,
Oh, he's talking that
and
stuff, Jason.
you know,
I know.
Ah,
I know.
yes, very much so. Very much so. We're matter of fact, I'll be announcing next week where the location is in Ohio, and hopefully tomorrow I'm gonna open up registration to where folks can register for it, just to say I'm there. It will cost everybody absolutely nothing, zero. All you need to do is show up with your gear, and we're gonna have a good time. Absolutely.
All right.
With that, Jason, like I said, you're the godfather of prepping as far as I'm concerned, just because the way you do on your channels, and you don't care. You're a real person who said everything you say is what I'm thinking, and you just let it rip. And that just blows me away. And people either like it or they don't, plain and simple. You know, you give killer content, and I'm trying not to pay attention to the chat, but thank you, because I can't, if I get sucked into the chat, it's gonna go south. So I can't, but I will see stuff, because thank you very much, Fallen Skies. I appreciate you. With that, I'm gonna let Christy say a few things, and then we're gonna see what happens.
Hi guys. So let me just say, Jason, you are amazing. You really do help the small channels. Even if it's just with advice, with encouragement, with support.
Yep.
I can't tell you guys how many times I have texted both Jason and Mike and like, hey, do you know anything about this? What about this? What about that? And they responded. And I truly appreciate that, because I can't teach other people if I don't know myself, and who better to ask than people who have been doing it for a while. So I greatly appreciate all your guys' help and support. I'm also grateful for the chat being here, and to be here myself to celebrate this with you. It has been a long road, and I'm not as bossy as he's made me out to be. But I did give him some encouraging advice here and there, and helped him out quite a bit with, teaching him how to do certain things, because YouTube is a full-time job. If y'all don't know, YouTube is a full-time job. It takes a lot of work, a lot of hours. All of us We don't have a lot of spare time to do anything because we want to make a community. We want to help everyone. We want to reach out and watch you all succeed. So I'm grateful that we're all pulled together like a big family to, reach out to really across the world, because we have people across the world that watch us. So it really is a blessing to be able to be here and be a part of this community.
And yes, she is as bossy as she says. She is. Don't let her fool you guys. Don't let her fool you, because she is just, everything she has said has been amazing. And we've laughed, we've cried, we've prayed, we've screamed, we've hollered. And, as content creators, you guys know, we sometimes get burned out and we got to step back because of life or whatever's going on. And, that's okay. That just shows we're human also. But, with that, I need to hear some words of wisdom from the Godfather. Because he drives the vehicle that I would love to have. When I saw that, I was like, you've got to be freaking kidding me.
The Tahoe's great, man. I mean, I think listen, if you were driving a lesbian's vehicle around, the Mercury Mariner, you were driving that around, anything after that is a upgrade. So you could have put me in the Telluride. I would have been like, oh, this is an amazing ride. But the Tahoe, man, it's just a great vehicle. But before I get into all of that shit about the vehicle, I know a lot of the smaller channels, if you will, which, yeah, I guess on YouTube standards you can call yourself smaller, but you're not really, at least not with the content you guys are putting out, right? You guys are grinding out some shit. Hell, Mike, man, he's doing a lot for the community, and I do appreciate the fact that people from, it seeming like now, all over New York State and outside are turning out to these events. Even though this one was an invite only, and I almost fucked that up last week. So even though it was, I mean, there's still so many people that turn out, and that's what you're supposed to do. And the crazy shit, which I learned from his events, his past 2 or 3 that I've been to, I like going to these things because I like, first of all, meeting new people. I like, more importantly, I like meeting new gear. I like coming across new shit and be like, oh, like the saw that I bought when you had me cutting through the wood. I was like, oh, I'm buying this shit. What you call it? What is it? Irishman Prepper. He showed me a couple things, and I was like, holy shit, I'm buying this. So you can go to his events, and by the time you leave, you'll probably be broke because you'll be on Amazon ordering it.
But I didn't sell you anything. I didn't sell you anything.
You haven't, but I mean, it's just, there's so much cool gear, and I like going to the events for that reason. But yeah, that smaller channels, big channels, you're going to learn something from everyone, right? So, I mean, hell, there were a couple guys there that had no channels that I learned shit from. I learned shit from these events all the time. And you have to go into these events blank slate, just like hoping to pick up something new and not going in there saying, well, I know this, I know that, because you won't learn shit. So if you go to any of these events, whether it's Visions, Mike's, Bear Independence talking about doing some shit, you got to go in there open-minded.
How was the training that you went to, Jason, for his refuge medical training stuff?
The refuge medical, so it was 3 of them, right? It was Responder 1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
Responder 1, you learn a fucking ton of shit. You learn so much, and you learn a little more about yourself. Now, like, that was my world, right? The whole emergency medical, EMT, firemen, responding to people, patching them up. That was my world. But once we got into their, they did active shooter scenarios.
Ooh.
There was a lot of shit that I didn't realize that I didn't do. And I don't know if it's because I was, in fantasy world or I was overthinking. But if you're an overthinker, you're going to learn real fast how badly you overthink and how you can short-sight yourself by missing a lot of shit. So his courses are absolutely worth it. I'm hoping that he brings them over to the East Coast to
Yeah.
train people, because
Mhm.
I know one of the reasons why they don't come to New York is because of the whole firearms thing.
Yeah.
Right,
Okay.
right. That's one of the reasons why and I get that, but you're also, in my opinion, you're also slighting your company with money, and you're not spreading knowledge where knowledge needs to be spread. Right. So sometimes you got to make a sacrifice, if you will, to get more people trained. So hopefully they make it over to the East Coast. That would be great.
Yeah, I did see some of their classes were in Indianapolis or near Indianapolis.
They had one in PA last year,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
That, and I was trying to make that one, and that one was sold out. But
Right.
I mean, I know they can't cover all, and PA was pretty central, but their class is also small. I think it's
Gotcha.
like maybe 20 people. That's it. And they would have to do multiple weeks, and they can't do that. They can't hang out in PA or Virginia, too long.
Mhm.
But hopefully
Right.
they expand a little more on that.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
There it is.
Okay,
Go time,
folks,
baby.
it's time for a giveaway. So one of our affiliates, Aquatabs, we are going to give away some Aquatab water purification tablets. This is makes your water ready and drinkable within 30 minutes after mixing. There's enough tablets. You get 30 tablet packs for up to 60 quarts of water. So that's the first piece. The second piece is a collapsible water bottle from MyMedic that the inside is coated with antimicrobial material. So your water will not get microbes in it. So here's what we're going to do, folks, for in the chat. And I have a random picker here. So we're going to start this giveaway off right. To enter this giveaway, all you need to do is type the number 1 and a capital K. Again, the number 1 and a capital K. And we'll do a picker, and I'll show the screen. We got 2 entries so far, and this is going to be our first giveaway of today.
I think Jason should win this since he's got that New York City water.
Uh-oh. And let's see if I can actually share this screen. And look at that. We'll see if we can get that.
Ooh,
Hope
yeah.
you guys can see that. We got 15 entries so far. In the chat, just type 1 and a capital K. And we got 16 entries. And I have no clue of how many people are in the chat.
What are you watching?
Actually, I'm watching everything. I've got,
You have 40 people.
We got 40 people in the chat. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you. See,
That's why I have
should-
to tell you what to do because you don't listen.
hey, hey, you're right. I don't. All right. We've got 19. You got about 10 seconds left to enter this first drawing for some Aquatabs and a MyMedic water bottle. And the water bottle is actually pretty cool because you can fold it up. It has a built-in carabiner on the top, so you can clip it on the backpack and carry it with you and go from there.
Collapsible is the way to go. Pounds
Yes, it
equal
is.
pain.
Hello, that's right. Pounds equals pain. So we got 21 entries so far. And believe it or not, I have to keep track of who gets what so I know where to mail who to for what. All right, 21 entries going once, going twice, and let's draw. And the winner is She Said. Congratulations, She Said. You won the Aquatabs and the collapsible water bottle. So do me a favor, she said, send me an email at visionpreparedness@gmail.com with a mailing address, and I will get these mailed out to you. All right, let me write this down, she said. Okay. As we continue. So, folks, this is about you guys. Everybody that I have seen, big channel, small channel, medium channel, under 1,000K, 500. The best thing I can share with you is consistency. Just if you put out videos once a week, be consistent at once a week. If you go live, be consistent on your live. That's one thing that I have heard across the board from everybody I've talked to and asked questions about when building my channel. And they're like, be consistent. So, that is a must. So therefore, stop sharing. Okay. That's the key. There's a lot of great content creators in the chat. Ontario Prepper and my mother Sparks, she's right there. Ontario Prepper, Coach Mary Ma, Unbiased LLC, the Virginia Bushcrafter. Keep doing what you're doing, folks.
Absolutely.
And the one thing that I've learned is because I didn't get here by myself, I try to promote as many people as I can when I can. Join the chat, watch a video, click a like, share out whatever I can do. So I'm all about giving back, because these 3 people up here you see helped me in one way, form, or fashion, plus tons of others that aren't even up here. So, those are some of the things you got to do. So Mike, you were in the woods this weekend, right?
Yeah, man. All weekend. I'm still out here. Wife won't let me back in the house. I've gone feral.
So what was going on this weekend? I saw the tent. I saw the wood burning stove in there.
So it was supposed to be a cold weather survival training. As you can see behind me, it's, middle of January and we ain't got no snow. And it actually stayed above freezing for most of the weekend. So the cold weather survival training ended up more like a sweat lodge in a hot tent. It was rough. It was pretty warm. It was pretty warm. But, when I had planned it, I'd figured the temperatures would be cold. We'd have snow on the ground by now. And Mother Nature does what she does, But it was a good weekend for us to get out, test out some of our cold weather gear, make sure it, held up. It was actually colder when my mother Sparks was here than it was this weekend, believe it or not. So you got the worst of it, Christy. You got the worst of it.
I'm glad I left it up there too.
It was a great weekend, man. Absolutely great weekend. Spent with great people. Everybody, like Jason said, trying out new stuff, man. There's so you go to an event and somebody pulls something out and you're like, what is that? Let me check it out, and everybody's more than happy to show off what they got, what they're doing, how they're doing it. Some real innovative cooking over fire. We've seen Steve make miracles at these events. He made 4-cheese macaroni and cheese in a cauldron over a fire and didn't burn a noodle.
Wow.
I swear. It was incredible too.
Wow.
But just trying out the new things, man, seeing what other people are doing, maybe what you got is kind of working for you, but you're on the fence about it. And to be able to see, Jason's setup and say, yo, I'm looking for something like that. And he can tell you where to find it, how to get it. It's just great, man. Sharing the knowledge with people, sharing the skills. I always learn something from somebody. Yeah. So that's why I just keep doing it, man. It's a blast. It's a blast.
Yeah, it kind of gets to you, gets in you, and it becomes, a way of life. You know,
Yeah.
as a prepper, you know, I always tell people prepping doesn't fit into my life. My life fits into prepping. It's part of my lifestyle.
Yeah, it
You
has to
know,
be.
that, yeah, it has to be. It has to be part of your lifestyle.
Otherwise, it's just your hobby.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's
So
right.
get serious about it, guys. Get serious about it.
Stack, folks. Keep stacking. Do what you can. Keep prepping, because like I've been saying since the end of last year, that, you know, we're going to see some stuff this year we've never seen before or experienced. And I truly believe we're going to have a major grid go down power failure. That's just my sense. And that's one big thing I'm working on this year is my solar game. You know, and I
Yep.
see, you know, Jason up on his roof with the jackery and solar panels, and you and I'm like, damn it, now I got to do this, because I need to have a backup to a backup for energy and
Absolutely.
power. Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Now, the big
Absolutely.
expensive stuff isn't always the way. You don't have to drop
Right.
$2,000 on a solar battery bank. You could
Mhm.
build those yourself with some deep cycle batteries, some Harbor Freight panels. Different
Yeah,
strokes for different folks, man. Everybody's got a different budget, you know. So
absolutely.
look secondhand. Check out like Facebook Marketplace and what's the other one? Craigslist. You can find a
Mhm.
lot of stuff on there that could save you 50, 60, 70, 80%. And you can still do the same things, man, the same exact things, maybe even better with the setup that you make, and you'll understand it more than just plugging that thing into the wall and, you know, the perfect little connectors that come on them. And, you know,
Right,
maybe you learn something more about yourself putting something like that together.
right, exactly. So with that, Jason, I'm gonna kind of put you on the spot and ask you this question. And because you've been on YouTube the longest and you've been on there forever, what would you say was your biggest failure to you that other people, viewers, subscribers didn't know, but you thought was an epic fail for you?
In regards to prepping or life?
Yes, prepping. Now we're not gonna talk life
All
now.
right.
I want to
Life
know
would
about
be
a life failure event.
that would be that's easy. Prepping,
Yeah.
mice, rodents.
Mm.
In
Okay.
my end of the world closet, you know, I had redesigned it. I put shelves in it. I built it up. We're in there often, but not often enough where I'm actually checking everything out because I thought everything was safe. So I don't know, maybe a month or two went by without ever actually checking my stuff. I look in it and I see grains on the floor. So I look at the floor and I'm like, where the hell? And I look up because I knew exactly what grains they were and what shelf they were on. I look through, I
Mhm.
look at it, and I see a bag of oats being chewed through. So then I start pulling everything out. I'm like, shit. So I had to address it immediately. I pull everything out. To that, I see those stupid energy bars, those SOS energy bars that they're
Yeah.
like cookies, whatever. He
Mhm.
chewed
Mhm.
through like almost 8 of those. So he was in there a long time eating, right?
Wow.
So then I pulled everything out. I swept it out. The mouse is still in there. Where you know the kids and myself were sitting there fighting with this mice, trying to catch it, kill it. We're doing everything under the sun. Anyway, it gets out of the closet. So from that lesson, what I started doing was I started putting peppermint on cotton balls and dropping them in the closet, right? So that
Okay.
it scares mice away more than it you know keeps them out. It just scares them or confuses them, something like that. So once I started doing that, I noticed I wasn't getting any more mice. Plus, I had to do that to my storage unit because I saw the same thing. I saw droppings. They didn't chew through anything. I
Okay.
saw droppings. I threw, I don't know, something like 20 cotton balls with what you call all over the storage unit. But with the end of the world closet at home, I wound up putting duct tape at the bottom of the door to keep them out. And then
Okay.
ever since I did all of that, I haven't had a problem since.
I did not know peppermint deters mice.
Yeah,
I had no
And
clue.
what else is it? Spiders and shit like that too.
Yeah, a lot
yeah,
There's
of
a lot of
bugs.
spiders
things
as
that
well.
don't like the peppermint oil. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
why in gardens it's good to plant a lot of mint throughout your garden because it
Mm-hmm.
is a repellent to a lot of your bugs that eat your garden.
See, you always learn something. I just learned something. Okay, let's give something else away. Okay, let's do this. We're going to give away some Nutrient Survival, the Homestead Scramble, and Hearty Apple Cinnamon Oatmeal. I like Nutrient Survival oatmeal. It has a texture to it, meaning it's not just like eating flat oatmeal. It has substance to it. So with that, let me get back to where I need to go. And this time, well, that wasn't it. And that wasn't it. I lost the giveaway tool. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, so we are going to give these two items away. And this time we're going to do capital N, capital S for Nutrient Survival. And I will say Becky at Nutrient Survival is absolutely awesome. And thank you, Becky, for everything you sent for the giveaway. I appreciate it. And we're going to start collecting entries to win some Nutrient Survival. Capital N, capital S. And we
Trent,
shall.
I'll be back in just 2 seconds.
Not a problem. We will start that journey. For those content creators that have reached 1K or above, and you have affiliates, and Jason and Mike can talk about this more. So after you get monetized, basically YouTube starts paying you. Can you guys share some insight on getting affiliates or sponsors or some things you guys have done because of the growth of your channel?
So for me, the affiliate programs through like what the heck's the name of the one big one? Jason, you remember the name of that thing? The big affiliate company that's got like everybody in it.
Oh, I can't remember.
Yeah, there's a few companies that do everything in-house, but everybody else kind of outsources to Avant Link. That's the name of it.
Avant Link. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Avant Link is the one.
Yeah.
My biggest thing is I do not want to be affiliated with gear that I don't use. Things that are gimmicky, or just a total Chinese piece of crap. I just don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. If I'm not gonna use it, if I don't believe in it, I would never recommend it to anybody.
Right.
Like my buddies at Mickwick Fire Starters, man, those guys, they've been supporting me since day one. They actually reached out to me and asked if they could send me some product to try out. And man, they're fantastic. I absolutely love them, and I will support those guys forever. They don't pay me anything. They don't just send me some products to pass on to the people at the events. They've been sponsoring all of the live events. If anybody shows up, you always get some Mickwicks, and occasionally throws in some T-shirts and some other cool stuff to give away. Great guys, American made, something that you can trust. That's a big one for me. It's got to be something I'm going to use and that I believe in.
Nice. What about you, Jason?
Pretty much the same thing Hudson Valley said.
Okay.
A lot of the times, though, not a lot. I think every chance I got, I was invited. I never, like a lot of people seek them out. They write those letters, which you should do, by the way, if you're looking to work with a certain company. I've sent out letters and never got anything back from them, but I always get invites, and that's normally how I go about it. And he's right. I'm giving up the whole cheap Chinese crap. You know, if it's Chinese made, I'm out. With the exception of solar generators or power banks, a lot of them are good, unfortunately. And if it's going to help you through a crisis, that's something I would cross that line for. But anything else, not at all. Oh, we learned the hard way, or I learned the hard way. That stupid wool thing I bought.
Yeah.
Right. I bought a wool hoodie, and I put it on, and immediately took it off. It was like thin, cheap. It smelled of like Chinese bullshit on it, and I took it off and I gave it to somebody.
Kev was very stoked about that, by the way.
Yeah, he wore it the whole weekend. He
Yeah,
didn't take
he
it
did.
off.
Right. Wow. Okay, we got 28 entries, folks. This is the last. You got 5 seconds to enter. Type in capital N, capital S, if you would like to enter the giveaway, and we're going to draw a name here quickly and keep it moving. And here we go. Good luck to everybody. Fed Up American is the winner of the
Congratulations.
Nutrient Survival Homestyle Scramble and the Hearty Apple Cinnamon Oatmeal. Fed Up, shoot me an address, and I will get this to you as quickly as possible. And in the meantime,
You could hand deliver that one.
Well, that's true too. You're right. I can hand deliver this one, which I probably will end up doing anyway. Nutrient Survival. Yes. Home style. So, Christy, tell a funny story.
I met this guy named Trent once.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, tell a funny story or a memorable story that may come to your memory if you can remember. While I type this, please, or you can tell any story.
I'm still waiting for Jason to do a video of punching a book thief in the face.
Uh-oh.
Who thief? Oh, that thief. Yes.
Yeah.
The guy that
he loves to punch thieves.
Yeah.
I
tell you, just finding the package, I was just like, seriously, man. Like the guy couldn't fucking win another block, further. I wouldn't have found it. It was just and what was he going to do with that book? That's the bigger question.
Yeah.
Like in the middle of Harlem, who's he selling that to, and who's going to actually read it?
Probably got pissed and dumped it at the next garbage can, thinking it wasn't a stack of CDs or something.
I should have looked in the garbage can. Wow. Yep, it's a good idea next time.
That could be.
Yeah. Thieves don't usually read too well.
No, they don't.
The odds of you finding it though blew me away. Completely blew me away.
Yeah, I was blown away too as I'm staring at the package on the ground. Like, and it's funny because I walked by and I'm like, what are the chances that my name is? And I flipped it over. And I was like, fucking kidding me?
So it was your package?
Yeah, it was what she sent me. She sent me a book.
Wow. I tried to send it twice. The first one, he's like, no, it didn't show. I'm like, it shows delivered. I was like, it's okay. I'll get another one. I'll ship it again. So I shipped it again. I'm like, it was delivered. He's like, no, it wasn't. We don't get packages on Sunday. I'm like, but it says delivered. I'm like, just go check. And he's like, no, I didn't get anything. I'm like, okay, I'm not shipping you anything anymore until you get a P.O. box. So I think it was like the next day or the day after, he went for a walk with his wife. And a block or two down the way is where the part of his package with his address was. I was like, yeah.
Wow.
Such a big city to find that was amazing to me.
Yeah. And at the same time.
So you found the wrapper and not the actually what was in it.
Yeah. It was the Amazon packaging. That's what I found. And I again, like just flipping it over because I we walked past it with the dog, and I remember looking at it on the ground and thinking, what are the chances? But didn't bother. Come back, and we saw something weird, and that said, you know what, let's check this one too. And then that's when my name was on the package. I was like, and you're right, I need to get a P.O. box. People keep wanting to send me shit, and I just don't trust them anymore.
Yeah, I need to get a P.O. box also. Yes. One thing you learn, folks, if people want to send you something, get a P.O. box.
Yep.
Yeah. Yes. Very much so. Very much so. But yes, it's I'm completely humbled by our community, by the prepping community. It was literally the very first thing that I comprehended was the willingness of everybody to help, you know, and answer questions and take time to say, nah, you don't want to do that because I tried that and, you know, it blew up, it didn't work, it doesn't work, and it never will work. So, you know, that was the most amazing thing that blew me away, and it still does. That, you know, people are willing to help, whether, you know, you're don't have any content or you're asking questions, you know, and that's the key to it. Now, the one thing I will say, did you guys see and Mike, you'll have to clarify this for me if I get it wrong, the one strike, light your cigarette with a ferro rod?
Oh, I failed, bro. I failed.
That Northern Girl Hobbies challenged you on. I watched that and I just I died laughing. But
bro, I failed bad.
Yeah, but he was right.
Oh, it was brutal.
He got it. It was an epic fail.
Yeah, it happens. It happens.
It happens, right?
I will share my failures as well as my successes so that maybe somebody can do it better. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm not afraid to fail. I'm gonna learn a better way to do it. And I've got one. It's right here.
Yes. Exactly. It's a lighter. Yes. Although I like ferro rods.
That was a struggle, bro. I've lit Mickwicks with the ferro rod, but you think lighting a cig, oh, that ain't nothing, you know. But yeah, for some reason I struggled with it, and I still haven't. I'll try again. I got a new ferro rod. I have to bring it back and show you.
Okay.
The old mutt hooked me up.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, oh yeah.
One of my guys, penny pinching prepper, made me a ferro rod that I'm floored by it. I did a video on it that he literally made it. The ferro rod pops out of the holder and you stick it on and screw it down. It's a 5-inch ferro rod that's wrapped in paracord and bank line that's 20 feet long if you take it all apart. But
fantastic.
Yes, I'm with you. You know, lighters will always take precedent, and I try to carry one, but you never know.
You see how cold it is?
Yeah.
That thing is barely lit. So something to keep in mind. If you're going to keep something like this in your bag and you're going to depend on it and it's cold, put it in your pocket, keep it warm. Put it in an inside jacket pocket, keep it warm. Same with like your hollow fiber water filters, your Sawyer minis, your Life straws, things like that. Those things have to be protected from freezing, especially after you use them. Those hollow fibers swell, break, and then they don't work. So you're going to think you're protected, and it's going to probably work like it's supposed to. But then all of a sudden, you're like, oh, my stomach. Why?
Right. Exactly.
You know, the dirty water got you.
Yep. I'm going to say hi to a couple folks in the chat that I didn't say hi to. White Rabbit, Soil Sister, Odom's Homestead, African Dreamin'. If you're still in the chat, do me a favor and type Vision. If you guys have not checked out African Dreaming, him and his wife, Jay, and his wife, April, are amazing. They're from East Texas, and they moved to Africa. And you want to talk about living off grid on a day-to-day? They're over there doing it. They're doing it. And he has been, and I don't even know if I have room for anybody else on the panel. I think so. African Dreaming. If you want to join, let me know, please. I sent you an email, got your email, but They're doing it, folks. They went from another continent and moved, and they started a couple of businesses over there, and they're doing it. And he has been a huge success to me and my channel as well. But I can't say thank you enough. And this is just the beginning, as far as I'm concerned. You know, and I will say, because I do value the time of Jason and Mike and Christy. If you guys have other things to do, you can drop whenever you want to.
I'm gonna go grab that ferrule rod real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay, but I appreciate y'all. Yes, ma'am.
Did you drop the link for African Dreamin'?
I guess I should do that, huh?
I'm not telling you what to do or anything.
Of course not.
Idea.
You never do. Thank you for keeping me on track. That's the other thing she does. She keeps me on track. If you've been in any of my lives, you'll see her give me a number, which is the time, because I try to keep it to an hour. African Dreaming, if you're still, yeah, there you go, bro. There's the link. Jump up on the panel and we'll talk. And Mike is back.
If I fail with this, I'm in trouble. This thing is giant.
Good.
That's the old mutt special right there, Jay. The old mutt special.
Freaking I have one of those.
That thing is huge.
It's
huge. Double as a club.
It's like a weapon.
Old Mutt's kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's right. Old Mutt's kids.
Old Mutt's kids. Yes. Wow. So we did have a question. Jason asked me if you found any land yet.
I found numerous plots, if you will, especially in Tennessee. I found a couple in West Virginia. I just have to pull the trigger on which one I'm going to go to first. I did find some upstate, close by Mike, as well. But and then PA I looked at, but I didn't see anything I liked. Maybe I have to look a little harder. But the 2 or 3 in Tennessee, they really got my my interest. So I just got to pull the trigger and go ahead with it. But I'm waiting for something. Unfortunately, I have to wait for something to pass before I can dive into it. I don't want to fuck myself legally. Gotcha.
It's impossible to fail with that ferro rod. I hope so, Virginia Bushcrafter. I really do.
We do have a couple questions. We got a question from Vicky and Marianne Bradford. I'm a truck driver over the road. If we have a nuke or an EMP, what should I do to get me and my daughter home? I go from Georgia to California. Your thoughts?
Wow, that's a tall task, man. If you travel the same routes over and over and over and over again, I would suggest leaving yourself some caches along the way. Stash some stuff, bury some stuff, hide some stuff, and kind of geolocate it for yourself so you know where it is. That way, if you have to hoof it or jack a bicycle and pedal your way home, you have supplies that you can find along the way.
Any other thoughts? Anybody else? Yeah, that's a tall task.
I missed part of the question.
There's so many things that can go wrong with that one from Georgia to California.
Yeah, a long way.
Yeah, that's a long way, and so many things can go wrong. I wouldn't even be looking to go back home at that point. I mean, like if I was out and about, touring the country and some shit went off here, I would collect the family and then leave, go somewhere else. I wouldn't try to make it home. California would get peppered as well. So I don't know. I mean, that is a tough one. You need to come up with a backup plan. That backup plan should be somewhere outside of the strike zones. But I wouldn't know, what that would be or where that would be.
I'd also try to build a community between the 2 points so that you have stops along the way or help along the way.
Yeah, network. network.
Mhm.
Yep, exactly.
Absolutely, Briar Rose.
Right. Briar Rose too. Yes, make friends along the route. I don't know if you have family anywhere in between, but if there's a nuke or an EMP, like Jason said, I wouldn't even go nowhere near California.
Or a meeting spot,
So
even if she's going back to get, what'd she say, her daughter?
yes,
Okay, if she's going back to get her daughter, I would see if the daughter can meet her at a halfway point that's safer than wherever the blast was.
mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. That's a tough one, Vicky. I hope that answered your question, Vicky in Maryland and Maryland. Wolfang's asking a question. Hudson, is that a half-inch ferro rod?
Yeah, you know what? It might even be bigger. It could be 5/8, man. It's huge. It's like the size of my thumb.
Good
It's big.
God.
It's
Yeah,
big.
that's big.
I would say 5/8 of an inch at least. At least this thing is a monster.
Yeah, definitely.
Go time.
The
All
purge
right,
again.
folks. It's time to purge this table of some more stuff that's laying there. This time, one of our other affiliates, which is My Medic, we're going to give away a My Medic minor burn pod, which contains 2 burn gels, 3.5 milliliters, 1 burn dressing, 4x4, 2 fabric bandages, and 2 fabric bandages, 1x3s, and 1 fabric bandage, 2x4, and 500 milligrams of Tylenol. And with that, we're going to give a mini emergency pressure bandage with it. Okay. So on this one, folks, if you will type all one word, lowercase, My Medic, we will give that away next. That is My Medic, all lowercase.
Ghetto, you got to know how to use it too.
Yes, you do. Again, all of the medical gear I'm giving away today, please get professional training.
Amen.
So if you type My Medic to enter, that will do it. And we've got 12 to get you the burn mod and a mini emergency pressure bandage. With that, I can't say it enough. Everybody should take a Stop the Bleed course and a first aid training with an AED or the Refuge Medical. I do know, like I said, the bug out weekend, I'm working very hard to have a Stop the Bleed course for everybody that shows up. So that's the one thing that we will do that's structured other than eating and other stuff.
Structured eating.
Yes, structured eating.
Love it.
We got 26 so far.
Trying all lowercase, one word.
Yes, all lowercase, one word, My Medic. There it is right there, My Medic, one word. 27 entries so far. But yeah, folks, you want to have medical training because you it's just good to have. You never know when you'll need it, especially how to stop the bleed. And as you guys know, I'm a tourniquet guy, and we're probably going to give a couple or two away today with that. So we got 30 entries. We'll give it about another minute. Everybody that wants to partake in this, type My Medic, one word, and we'll go from there. But Mike, talk a little bit about your guy that does medical training up there in the New York area.
Ooh, Travis, what a great guy, man. He came out, and I've taken a couple classes with him now. And he likes to tailor things to, you know, there's the baseline. You have to know this, but he wants to know what you really want to know. And he is going to tailor a course to you and your group. If you want to know end of the world medicine and what to do if you have nothing, you know, it's nice to have all the gear, but what can you improvise a tourniquet with? What can you improvise a sling with? All these types of things. That's something that you don't get from a lot of sit down classes and a lot of guys. So that's why I really appreciate him and the way he goes out of his way to help other people.
Right. And I just put the link to Travis M. Strategic.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Yeah, he is an absolute great guy. Fantastic. Always wants to help everybody and just wants you to be better prepared.
And that's the name of the game, folks. That's why we prep, to be better prepared. Okay, we got 31 entries, and we're going to go ahead and draw the winner now for the MyMedic Burn Mod and a mini emergency compression bandage. And the winner is Ontario Prepper. Yay, congratulations, my friend. Congratulations. So, Ontario Prepper, if you send me an email at visionpreparedness@gmail.com, I will get this in the mail to you. And we will go from there.
Can I add on the medical too?
Absolutely.
Something I think that people don't talk about as much because I think it's basic knowledge is the in-between. So what I'm saying in between is a lot of people, if they're talking about bugging out or going out into nature or even just camping, you need to know how to take care of your sprains and your strains as well. Because if you step wrong and you hurt yourself, but you have to keep moving, you have to know how to stabilize that and be able to keep moving. So don't just learn the extreme and the basics, but make sure you learn the in-between as well, because it's the in-between that can also stop you from continuing on.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Without a doubt, that that could be more life-threatening over the long term as a puncture wound, bullet wound, whatever, broken arm, whatever. Yeah, you have to know how to stabilize sprains, folks. So get as much training as possible, without a doubt. And Jason, you know that you were a medic and firing all that good stuff. In the stories I've seen and heard from my brother being a medic, some of that stuff is just over the top, turn around and throw up kind of stuff.
It also depends. I mean, like if you could look at somebody else, like I could look at somebody's mangled and it doesn't register. But if it's somebody you know, it's a different ball game, right?
Yeah.
So you have to, not that you have to be, because it's a weird thing to say and it's a weird way to think, but almost trying to get used to people you know being mangled is a hard thing to do, because strangers are strangers. You know, you look at somebody, you'll help them. You know, their legs blown off, or they got a bullet hole in their chest. You'll handle it. But if it's somebody you know, it raises the stakes just not even a little bit, but way more. And you have to learn how to control yourself to do what you need to do to make sure that they get through the situation.
Yeah, that's true. I can remember my brother telling the story of this cab in downtown Columbus, ran into a back of a semi and rush hour traffic, and it just burst into flames. And the cab driver was literally cooked to the steering wheel. His hands had melted into the steering wheel, and all was sitting there was a scorched skeleton.
Right.
And you know, they take pictures of all those scenes. And he had thousands of pictures, and some of this stuff is you know, unfathomable and unimaginable. But when you're in that type of work, that stuff becomes every day. Like Jason said, you have to be able to, you know, say, okay, I don't know you. I'm sorry, but now I have to do my job. And you have, Jason, have you ever come across somebody in an accident and you knew them?
Well, guys at work, they get into little things here and there.
Okay.
And it's funny, you judge the situation, right? So if they lacerate their hands, you just go, like, what'd you do, idiot? And then you patch them up,
Right.
But if it's something on the grand scale, I did have a fireman. We were doing something called building inspections, and he was walking along the roof, and you know what a parapet is?
Yes.
All right, so a parapet's a ledge before you actually lean over and fall. This parapet was walking at walking height, so you could just step over it. So he steps over it into a shaft, drops down into the shaft. We're riding around doing building inspections too, and we hear over the radio, "Mayday, mayday, mayday! Member fell down a shaft." And then you hear dead silence, and you hear the dispatch asking him what is going on, what's the condition, and then the boss sitting in the front, Lieutenant Mac was his name. He's like, he tells the chauffeur to stop, and then he goes Mayday, 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 and he gives the address right away instead of saying what was going on, so that we can turn out to that address. And with that, we kicked it on a high gear. We get there, and they go, member falls down the shaft. So now all I remember thinking was, all right, it's one of us. Get under control before you get there, because now we're all amped up. It's another fireman. It's like when a cop hears cop shot, they all get amped up, right? And then when you get amped up, you do stupid shit, right? Which means you can hurt the person further. So when we get there, the guy's laying in the shaft, and it was a fireman I knew. So all I remember thinking to myself, shit, he fell down 3 stories down the shaft. He tried to slow himself down by grabbing the walls of the shaft. And I guess he did, because maybe if he didn't, he would have been dead. So when he hits the ground, he's laying there and he's all busted up. And I remember thinking to myself, wet tissue paper, right? Whenever somebody has a possible spinal injury, you treat them like it's wet tissue paper. Now, or paper towel. So a lot of us will wet that paper towel and try to unravel it without tearing it, because that's like the biggest challenge to anyone, to see if you can unravel it without fucking tearing it. That's how you look at a spinal injury. So we got him on long board. We patched him out. We had to get to him. I was ready to jump down the shaft and do the same thing, or get a rope and climb down. But then someone was like, no, get down to the first floor, go through the window, and we'll get him through there. And that's exactly what we did. Again, thinking stupid. I was looking for the quicker way down. Somebody stopped and thought, let's go down the stairs through the window. And so we did that. We packaged him and we got him out. And he was he's still able to walk. He's got a lot of like pain, but he's still able to walk, which is the bigger of the two. Right?
Exactly.
So yeah, it's shit like that. When you get into situations like that, you start thinking, like how we're gonna help them and how fast we're gonna help them. You got to treat them like you treat everyone else.
Right.
You got to throw the brotherhood to the side. Do I know? If I know him, if he's your family member, you got to throw all of that shit aside and treat them like you would everybody else.
That's good. That's true. You got to treat them like everybody else, for sure. For sure. So I'll say this. I'll ask this question. My mother Sparks, what's the best lesson you've learned on YouTube about building your channel?
Consistency, honestly. If you're not consistent, YouTube has the tendency to drop you. Or you have to be very careful of what you say and use certain words, because if you say things that YouTube does not agree with, they will shadow ban you. They will put you to the bottom of the search. They will turn off your notifications for people. They will unsubscribe people. They do a lot of things, and honestly, if they start doing that to your channel, you're doing something right. Really.
Right. Exactly. Yes. Which we've all experienced, all the above. Even the small channels like mine. I've seen subscriber numbers go down. You know, some videos don't get as many views that I thought they would. I'm like, what's going on here? You know, and Mike, you know, you've looked at the analytics and you're like, okay, what the hell is this about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so I noticed it more with Instagram. Instagram will shadow ban me to where you don't see me. You literally have to type my whole name in for me to come up. It's brutal. It's brutal. And they'll leave you on the bottom of the stack, you know. I used to get like 120 to 150 likes per post. Now I get maybe 10 or 15. So it's, you know, and they give you the analytics too. So there's no hiding it. There's no hiding it. I can literally see when they shut me down, when they let me back up, or maybe they just forgot to hit the button again to keep me at the bottom of the stack. But in some cases it's 30 days. In some cases it's 90 days, and they don't tell you they're going to do it. They just do it. They just do it.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing I've learned about YouTube is to be myself. I do not pull any punches. What you see here is what you're going to get in person. Jason knows. You see the live streams. That's me. That's me. Any videos. That's me. It's an honest opinion. I don't bullshit anybody, and you know, I don't go out of the zone of what I know. If I don't know, I'm going to say, hey, I got to ask Angry because he knows and I don't. Or I need to ask my mother, Spark. Christmas Eve, she's texting me homeopathic remedies because my eye looked like it was going to pop out of my freaking head. You know, you got to reach out to the people that know. And that's what makes this community so great, is that everybody's willing to take a moment. You know, it's not a whole day. It's not, but they think about you and they want to help you out.
Exactly. I remember my mother Sparks, she was doing a herbal video on creating a salve, you know, and after the video, I texted her, I said, oh, so now I have to become a biologist and a chemist in order to make this happen. And she laughed at me so hard. She said, no, it's not that hard. I said, oh, yeah, it is, because knowing me, it'll come out, you know, either complete liquid, it will not solidify, or you know, as soon as or a hockey puck, and as soon as I touch it, it'll like melt the tip of my finger off because it's now acidic or something crazy like that. But those are the things that we learn and try, you know, that get us going. She screamed and hollered at me for months because I was canning chicken the way I watched my grandmother do it.
You weren't canning it.
See. So, you know, I finally stopped talking about it to her. And then I went and bought a pressure canner. And she was like, now you can start canning meat.
Botulism is real.
Yeah, she said, yeah, botulism is real. She said, go ahead and open up one of them. And I said, but the seals aren't popped. She said, go ahead and open up one anyway and eat it. You know, and I'm just kind of like, I don't think I'm just looking at it like, what if she is right?
Originally, I told him go take his rings off because the rings were still on. I said, take your rings off, see how many of your seals are popped.
Right.
And he had to throw a bunch out.
I did. I sure did. And then I went on Amazon and ordered a pressure canner. And none have popped since. So, yeah. And she stayed on me about that. She's like, nope, you're not doing that. No. So, yeah. And that's why I'll never do a canning video. Because from her, I now have PTSD about canning food. Okay. Now my pantry is full. Yes.
Jason inspired me. I was like, hey, if Angry Prepper can get in the kitchen and can beef stew, I can do this. It's not as intimidating as it looks.
Yes.
Yeah, you just don't want to screw it up, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's the that and blow up. Those are the two things that I was more concerned with. But it's once you get the hang of it, man, it's easy.
Yes.
You know?
And it becomes almost addictive because I'll spend a whole day, canning meat, cutting up meat, pressure canning it,
Right.
washing jars and lids and rings. And I'm just like, you look up and it's like 8 o'clock at night. And now you've got 48 cans of this meat sitting here bubbling on the counter. I'm like, okay, that was a pretty good day, pretty productive day. Yeah.
Yes. A good way to free up freezer space too.
That is true.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Very true. Yesterday they had pork butts on sale. Buy one, get one free. So I'm looking at the prices, which they were $23. I forget what the poundage was, but one was 23, one was 24. So I got both of them and got one for free. I always love the buy one, get one frees. So, yeah. The purge is real, folks. All right. For this giveaway, because this is one of my favorite products, we're going to give away a soft tea tourniquet, soft tea, and a mini emergency pressure bandage. And we are going to use, I can spell it right.
You're going to use ha?
No.
Is that capital H or lowercase h?
She just see now I just lost all concentration, and we're going to use the word SOFT, soft, all capitalized. SOFT, soft.
Ooh, Jason's getting in on this one.
He should. And if he doesn't, I'm sure he'll get one anyway if he needs one.
Yeah.
So if you type the word soft, all capital, we will give away a soft tea tourniquet and an emergency pressure bandage.
Need some Jeopardy music.
I know. I was trying to find some without getting either banned, dinged, or just the video taken down completely. Yeah. So we got 24 entries so far. Capital,
all caps, folks. All caps.
Soft, all caps, folks. So, Jason, you prefer a soft tea tourniquet over the Cat 7 or the Cat tourniquet? Really?
Yeah, I find it a lot easier to apply to yourself.
Okay.
That was my go-to when I was doing the Stop Bleed course with Refuge Medical. So I had the Cat, but every time, because they would yell like out of the blue, you'd be walking, fucking getting lunch or some shit. They'd be like, left arm tourniquet, so you have to rip it out of your pocket, put it on your left arm. The soft tea it's found to be so much easier to use.
Okay.
And the Cat, the only problem with the Cat that I found is that, at least for me, it slipped a couple of times out of my hand. And obviously in a situation like that, you got blood all over the place. You don't want it slipping out of your hand that easy.
Right. That's very true, folks. And again, if you have tourniquets, get professional medical training on how to use them. Whether you either have, the Cat tourniquet or the soft tea tourniquet, get training on both. That's for sure.
Here's a quick story. When we were in Vegas, Bear's walking by two police officers, and he's like, one of the guys, what the hell was his name? Oh, God, he's going to shoot me if he sees this. Forgot his name. But anyway, he tells the cops, left arm tourniquet. And the cop's like, really? And he's like, the cop pulls the tourniquet out, starts fumbling to put it on his arm, and then starts to tie it down incorrectly using the windlass. And then I'm looking at him like, holy shit. So these cops had tourniquets on them and had no clue how to use them. And that cop would have, if he needed it, he would have died.
Right.
So just because you have it doesn't mean you know how to use it. Right.
That's true. That's very true. Very true. So we got 31 entries so far, folks. We'll give it about 5 more seconds, then we'll draw the winner. So the cop actually did pull it out, didn't know how to use it.
Yeah, he had it. He also had it folded wrong, so it was actually on Velcro. So
Yeah.
like you're supposed to pull it out, and it's supposed to undo itself as you pull it out, right?
Right.
It was still stuck together, and he had to. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, did I just fucking hear that? You know, like there's certain things you in the medical field you know about tourniquets, but when you take their course, you learn a little more. And if you learn something new or a couple of things, it's well worth it. It always is.
Right. Right. Okay, 31 entries. We're going to go ahead and draw this, folks, for the winner for a soft T tourniquet and the mini emergency pressure bandage. Good luck to everybody. And the winner is James Price. All right, James.
Congratulations, James.
Congratulations. Send me an email to visionpreparedness@gmail.com, and we will get this sent out to you. Soft T and emergency pressure bandage. That is James Price. All right. Moving right along. So, Jason, have you ever had to use a tourniquet when you were on the job?
No, we had a couple bleeders, but we were able to stuff it and wrap it. You know, so like in a lot of stop bleed courses, they're telling you just use a tourniquet for everything. You know, almost anything and everything.
Yeah.
I judge it before I go to it, and I normally pack and wrap. And you know, usually if the hospital's like seconds away, you don't have to worry about it. But they started pushing the tourniquet more. Probably my 10th year into being a fireman, right? So after 10 years of being a firefighter, after the Boston bombing, then they started really pushing tourniquets. And even then, you know, guys on the rig didn't know how to use them. And I'm like, guys, it's this fucking simple. So we had a real quick sit down. I told them how to use it. And they're like, is it supposed to hurt? I'm like, if you apply correctly and you apply it enough, yes, it's supposed to hurt, but you're supposed to do it till the bleeding stops.
That's
You
right.
know? So just because a person starts screaming doesn't mean you stop. You keep going until the bleeding stops, not the screaming starts. That makes sense.
Exactly. It's supposed to hurt, and it's going to hurt, folks.
Right.
When you have a tourniquet applied, it is going to hurt like nothing you've ever felt before. That is for sure.
Yep.
Yeah. Gosh, I just lost my train of thought. Huh. I don't know if that's
On
old
that note,
age
folks,
or
I gotta bow out. The boss is here. She's
You're
motioning
fine.
me in the house. Apparently the smell has come off of me by now and I can go inside. So
I appreciate you, Mike. Thank you so much, man,
Vincent,
for
I
showing
appreciate
up.
you, my brother. Congratulations. And thank you
you.
so much for having me. I really appreciate it. Christy and
Couldn't have
Jason,
done it without you.
y'all be good, be safe. I'll be talking to everybody soon. Stay safe,
right.
folks.
Yeah,
Bye, Mike.
Stay safe, Mike. Thanks, Mike. So, folks, if you guys have not checked out Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival, please do. Drop over to his channel and visit, like, subscribe, share out his videos. Same for the Angry Prepper and My Mother Sparks. I mean, you know, it is what it is. They're great, not only great content creators, but they're great people that I can say are our friends. And they do a lot that we don't see as YouTube subscribers and viewers. Every content creator does so much behind the scenes just to bring a video to you. So with that, so you guys will enjoy this. Christy, am I allowed to give away prototypes?
I don't see why not. As long as you have a Yeah, as long as you have a disclaimer that if anything happens, you're not responsible.
Yeah.
Or the company's not responsible. Yeah.
Perfect. Sounds good. So we're going to do another giveaway, and I'll explain the story behind this. So at Vision Preparedness, as we were putting together our own VFAC kits and VFAC minis, and a good friend of mine named Chester Seal is the one who actually helped me put together the what we call the build sheet for the items in the kits. And so one night I was talking with Christy, and I came up with this idea about, what about moms with kids? Shouldn't they have a first aid kit or something they can carry with them? And we went down this rabbit hole of stuff, and I was like, you know what? Let me see if I can build a kit based on this. And we came up with what we here at Vision Preparedness calls the Mom Fac kit. And we're bringing this to market. It's a kit that actually has a shoulder strap on it that goes onto the back that the mom can put on for the kids. And the contents of this, which sparked many other things, of course, and we're going to give away this prototype. The disclaimer is, if any of the stuff in here causes you to have some type of reaction, Vision Preparedness LLC or any of its employees or associates or anybody that knows me are not held liable or responsible. So in the kit comes with My Medic Super Skin Band-Aids. Also, it has burn spray that has lidocaine in it. So for minor burns, you can spray on, as well as a bottle of My Medic Super Wash, which is saline solution, so you can use to irrigate scrapes and all that good stuff. A pen light that actually works, and I'm not going to press the button because I don't want to blind anybody. And it has the pupil gauge on it, so you can tell the dilation of the pupils, as well as a triangular bandage and some more Band-Aids, some burn shield with burn gel and burn gel shields in it. And all this in a nice gray man bag. So it doesn't have to look tactical or anything like that. And a bunch of other sized bandages, Band-Aids, super skins, and things of the likes. So moms, dads, anybody with kids, this would be useful and helpful for you. But the one thing I would like you to do, or whoever the winner is of the Mom Fac, is if you have to use it, shoot me an email and just give me a scenario of what you used in it and why you had to use it. And of course, this does come with the strap in the front of the bag, so it clips on and they can carry it with them.
Trent, do you have a question in your question tab?
Do I have a question in my question tab? I would say yes, because yes. Unbiased says, Trent, I have not used my gas generator in about 3 years. What will be the first thing I should do before running it? I still have some gas in it. Unbiased, first of all, take that gas out, dump it out, because the gas is probably no good now, and fill it back up and run it. Hopefully it'll start. That would be my suggestion. I don't have a gas generator. I don't use gas generators. I have propane generators. But yeah, definitely take the gas out. And
I agree with penny pinching in there. So seafoam you can get in your automotive shops because it'll clean out anything that's built up or caked in.
there you go, right there. Drain the gas, get some seafoam. There you go. We have another question. Dan H asks, medical ratcheting tourniquets is the best for self-aid. Medical ratcheting. So that would be a soft T there. What's the other one, Jason? That there is another tourniquet that ratchets down, and I can't think of what it is.
Not the rat tail, right?
No, it's not a rat, I don't think, but it was. I saw somewhere because TCCC just approved some other tourniquets, and one of them, yeah, they did. And I can't think of what type it is, but there is one that ratchets down. It's similar to a soft T, but it ratchets down. There is another question, but I can't read Chinese, so we'll let that one be. Okay, so for the MomFac kit, we are going to use the word, all one word, lowercase, MomFac. Mom, F-A-K. So if you type lowercase, MomFac, this will be the next drawing for this one, MomFac. And so we're going to see how this kit works. And if you win it and you have to use it, just let me know how you used it. Send me an email. And we'll see if this is a viable kit for moms with kids, young kids, anything like that. Absolutely. What time is it? Oh, goodness. It's going on 5 o'clock. TJ in Georgia. I just got a generator and need to learn about gas storage. Non-ethanol, stabilizer, plastic or metal storage, and for how long? Anyone. I would definitely store the generator without gas in it. And for your gas storage, you know, any approved gas can. If you're going to fill it up, you have to put, I would put stabilizer in it. And that'll last, what, up to 6 months? But you want to rotate your gas. That's my take on that, TJ in Georgia. Anybody on the panel, if you guys want to add anything to it, your fuel stabilizer in it? Yep, absolutely.
That's not my department.
Mine either.
Same here. I'm no good with that.
Right, yeah. That gas, put stable in it. If you use stabilizer, I do know it'll last 6 months with that. So we've got 25 entries, MomFac, all one word, lowercase, folks. And I know.
Oh, Mickey, try again. It didn't come through right.
Right. Mickey, Mom, MOMFAK. Annette Spain, good to see you. City Prepper 016, good to see you. West Tennessee Prepper, good to see you. Hey, Ghetto, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you too. If I didn't speak, Robert Gunther, good to see you as well. We got 25 entries, about 5 seconds left here, folks. Triple Threat, are you still on the road or have you made it to your destination? 27. Okay, we're going to go ahead and draw the winner for the mom fact. If you're going to enter, do it now or forever hold your peace. And here we go. Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival.
Holy shit.
My brother from another mother. You are the winner.
That's
Congratulations. Awesome. That's funny. My man. Send me a email and I'll get this shipped out to you. Draw another name. Okay, here we go.
You didn't want to carry a Merce mic?
Unicorn Lady Tech is the winner. All right, way to go, Unicorn Lady Tech. If you will send me an email to visionpreparedness@gmail.com with a shipping address, I will get this sent out. I will get the mom fact sent to you. Appreciate you, Mike, for foregoing that. I would have loved a picture of you carrying the mom fact, but maybe we'll have to kidnap you at the bug out weekend and make you put one on while you're have a hood on. All right, folks. I don't want to keep Jason, you and Christy, because I know you guys are busy and it's a Sunday, and I know you don't want to be here all day with me, but I'm gonna be here because I'm gonna celebrate with all the subscribers. If they stay, I'm gonna stay. But I do appreciate you guys again. If you want to hang out, you're more than welcome to. But if you do have to go, I do understand.
Yeah, I gotta beat it. I got some stuff to square away for tonight, or rather for tomorrow. Sorry. Yes. But listen, I appreciate you, first of all, inviting me on. Congratulations for hitting 1,000. It's always a milestone for any channel to hit it. And listen, thank you for doing what you're doing and keep doing what you're doing. You're headed in the right direction, so don't change anything. Keep it moving, man.
I appreciate it, and with people like you that are willing to help and give positive and negative advice, I appreciate you, Godfather.
Thank you for that. But I think there's other way more seasoned prepper channels out there than mine. But anyway, listen, other than that, thank you. And I will see you guys soon.
Okay. Appreciate you, Jason. Thank you.
See you later, man.
All right. Take care. Have a good day. There it is, folks. As I call him, the Godfather of prepping, the Angry Prepper.
Should be a new channel, the Angry Godfather.
The Angry. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. So Unicorn Lady Tech, congratulations. Send me an email with an address to ship the mom fact kit to, and we'll get that out to you. We got more stuff to give away.
I can hang out with you for a little while. I just may have to pause myself for a minute. I've had 3 cups of coffee now.
Yeah, I'm kind of there with you. Homestead Aquarius, that guy there, that was the Godfather of prepping, the Angry Prepper. And I know you're making a joke of it, but yes, that was the Angry Prepper who was more than gracious to come spend some time and hang out with me in celebration of 1K, just like my mother Sparks and Hudson Valley. I truly appreciate everybody. African Dreaming, I'm not sure if you're still in the chat, but I dropped the link and I never saw you show up in the green room. Um,
I haven't
but
seen
if you
him for a
would,
little while.
yeah, same here. Yes, you're right, Homestead Aquarius, the man that needs to move away from New York. He's working on it. He's definitely working on it. But Christy, she was I'd say the second person I actually met on YouTube, and we have been friends ever since, and will be. Um, she knows that if she ever needs anything, all she has to do is pick up the phone. Um, that's just how it is with her. She has been a tremendous blessing, not just to my channel, but to me personally. Because believe it or not, folks, we are human beings also. We're just not this YouTube fantasy world. We're real, living, breathing people that have issues, that have problems, that have stuff come up, and we have to deal with it. And we do the best we can. And, the rest we leave up to God. That's just where I'm at, period. All right. Put me in, coach. Unbiased. That's good. You sound like me. Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play. But yeah, it's amazing. I wish I had B footage of just conversations and just times hanging out with Christy and her husband. That in itself, now that I look back at those conversations and time, spending time with them, if we had a different channel that had whatever on it, it'd have been monetized a long time ago.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's
Yes.
because the thing about having a channel too, which is really hard, is there's a lot of things that we discuss off camera, and there's a
Mm-hmm.
lot more than we know than we have time to show.
Mm-hmm.
And getting the chance to talk off camera with other creators, you get to share your experience that we don't have the time to put it all out there. There's just not enough time in a day. And most of us work full-time jobs or have 2 jobs, and we have kids, and we have, life happens for us too. Life happens and
Mm-hmm.
chaos happens. And then we built relationships outside of YouTube with our subscribers too. So there's some that I talk to at least once a week, if not more, to check in with them. And you're trying to help them as well. But it's finding the time to put everything we know to teach others and not throw off the YouTube algorithms, because YouTube is bitchy that way, where they want you to stay in one niche, but prepping is a lot of different things in one.
It is.
It's hard. It's very hard. I wish that I could just upload my brain sometimes. But then again, I kind of don't, because it would be a big mess. Be like squirrels everywhere. And
Yep,
coffee.
you and me both. Yes. Yes, squirrels, coffee, and a whole bunch of other stuff that doesn't need to be on YouTube.
You're welcome, TJ. It was our pleasure. It really was. We enjoyed going out of our way to meet you.
Awesome.
It was a great visit.
Awesome.
Yep, Mike too. That was a nice visit as well. Long trip, but excellent visit.
Yeah, that I know, because New York is a haul for me. So I know for you guys, that was like, going across country.
It was rough, and we were pulling a trailer. So let me tell you, if y'all haven't driven past DC during rush hour, I would not suggest doing it pulling a trailer, because I white knuckled it the whole way. It was scary.
So you got, okay, so I'm assuming half of the trip you were driving at night.
I don't drive at night. I can't see very well
Right.
at night. So my husband drives at night, and then I drive during the day.
During the day.
But on the way up there, because of the time we started, my husband actually drove the entire way going there. And then we traded off coming back.
Got you. Well, Fang, thank you for coming in. We appreciate you. Hopefully we'll see you at the Bug Out Weekend. Oh, speaking of the Bug Out Weekend, folks.
I will, Fang.
She's drinking coffee too. She's going to make you drink coffee too.
He got me some. You didn't see him? He brought it to me. I told him to give me some. I was out.
Nice. You got him trained. See, she's telling you what to do now. So take that as a liking because, yeah, she's that kind of woman. Once you get to know her, you don't get rid of her, whether you want to or not. She's just that good at people. And by the way, folks, we will be right back. Hey, you right there. How you doing? Vision Preparedness here. I just wanted to take a moment to let you know, Bug Out Weekend, June 2nd through the 4th, 2023. You want to be there. Like-minded people are coming around from all over the country, and we're going to have a great time. We're going to hang out, we're going to meet, we're going to talk, we're going to learn some stuff. You need to be there. Don't miss it. That's June 2nd through the 4th, 2023. I got to get back to doing the things. Y'all be safe and God bless. And we're back. Bug Out Weekend, folks. Be there. It will be posted on our website this week, the exact location. So with that, for any content creators that are in the chat, if you type the word vision, it'll drop your link, share in, share out, visit each other, like, subscribe, do the things that need to be done to help some channels grow. I'm going to mention one channel right here. My friend Penny Pinching Prepper, folks. He's awesome. And we need to get his channel to 500, if you don't mind. Like, subscribe. He has some amazing stuff. Everything he does, he makes himself. Y'all saw the video I did on the ferro rod and the fire kit and all the stuff he sent me. Go over there and check out his content. He's got some amazing, amazing stuff. Another one, Virginia Bushcrafter. This dude lives for the bush. Nice as can be. And he does it out there. I can't wait to see him at the Bug Out Weekend because I want to learn how to make feather sticks. That's just it.
Virginia Bushcrafter just had a live last night. He actually wants to plan on having a get together with 3 to 5 females and taking them out in the bush and teaching them. So keep an eye out for that. I don't know if he wants to start that now, but he mentioned it in his live last night. If he does want to start it now and you're interested and you're in the Ohio area, reach out to him through email if he has his email on there, I'm not sure, or through one of his videos because he would love to teach some people, especially ladies, to learn some skills.
That's awesome. That's absolutely awesome. And I'm going to see if I can talk him into doing something at the Bug Out Weekend, formal or informal, and just doing the things that he does because he's an amazing bushcrafter and a nice guy, period, with that himself. So. Okay, this time we are going to give away for all the chocolate lovers in the house. We're going to give away some Nutrient Survival Creamy Chocolate Shake and Chocolate Grain Crunch. Okay. Double trouble. Chocolate. If you love chocolate, I love it. Roaming Prepper.
RP.
I see you. If you would love to come up, we will do this. I will drop the link soon as we do this particular one. Again, we're going to use the word capital N, capital S for nutrient survival to enter the drawing for the chocolate grain crunch and the creamy chocolate shake. And in the meantime, RP, if you would like to join the live stream, here is the link in the chat. I would love to have you come up. We've got 17 entries so far. And yeah, the nutrient survival, guys, I have tried a couple of the products, the egg, I forget what it was, the breakfast medley, which I did a live about, which was awesome. And I had the peanut butter bar, which was good.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't tried the powdered vitamin eggs yet, but I'm going to do a video on that on one of my Saturday morning chats, and we'll see how that works out. We got 24 entries so far, and we're going to keep it moving. But yes, roaming prepper, if you're in the house and you would love to join the live stream, I would love to have you up here. And Tarsha, if you're home, I would love to have you join the live stream as well.
Liberated Lady, are you in the Ohio area?
Ah, there he is. The man of the hour. The roaming prepper. Good to see you, Pete. How are you?
Brother? Good. Sorry, man. I'm like fashionably very late.
You're okay. We're still here. You're fine. You are fine. We got 25 entries, folks. If you want to win some nutrient survival double chocolate grain crunch and a chocolate milkshake, type in capital N, capital S. And you know, Pete, I'm trying to think how I actually came across your channel. And
can you
with
add
off
some of
the
that
wall?
in here, please?
No, this is Topo Chico. It's not exciting.
Oh.
If you ever see me drinking alcohol in a bottle that big, straight out of a bottle, it was a bad day. I shouldn't be online.
Thank you so much, Lucky Dane. I appreciate you. The melodical voice of the preparedness community. Folks, if you have not heard Lucky Dane, I'm telling y'all, anytime I am uptight, stressed to the gills, I will listen to her. I don't care what she could talk about paint drying and it would calm my nerves. Do me a favor, Lucky Dame, and type the word vision and drop your link. Folks, you have to, she's amazing. She has great content. She's one of those that, you know, once you hear her, you can continue doing. Thank you. Yeah. So we've got 28 entries so far. If you want to get entered to win some nutrient survival, chocolate grain crunch and the creamy chocolate shake, type in capital N, capital S. Yes, Lucky Dame is she has an amazing voice. I don't know why she doesn't do voiceovers or radio, but in the prep, she may, I don't know. In the prepping world,
yeah,
I could listen to her all day long.
Yeah, I thought I closed my door and all of a sudden I got paws on both legs looking up at me. That's why I kept looking around me. I'm like, you guys aren't even supposed to be in here. Go
Right.
on, shoot. You know, gonna pick a fight under my desk. It's like children with fur.
That's okay. I'll bet on the youngest all the time. That's my guy.
I'm telling
you. Bentley is my guy. I can't wait till he gets older. I can't wait.
He's a Viking. That's right. The girls had him pinned down. I have no idea what he did, but the girls beat him up, ran him around the yard, and he loved it. He thought it was great. And you're just small
Wow.
still. Good Lord.
Exactly. Okay, we got 28 entries, folks. We're going to go ahead and do the drawing here for some nutrient survival.
So, Liberated Lady, I'm actually not in Ohio, but if you email Virginia Bushcrafter, he may be able to set up a time
Hey.
that he can do an individual
Wow.
with you.
Yes.
There you go.
And again, the winner, Unicorn Lady Tech. She wins some nutrient survival. She's on a roll today.
She's using her magic horn.
Yeah, she's using the unicorn magic. So again, Unicorn Lady Tech, drop me an email and I will get the nutrient survival creamy chocolate shake and chocolate grain crunch out to you. Excellent. Absolutely excellent. Totally amazing. But yeah, Pete, thank you for joining. Folks, if you guys don't know the roaming prepper, you're missing it. He does a Saturday morning sit rep breakfast. Yesterday, I watched this man make biscuits out of pancake batter that made me so hungry. I was ready to actually do it and just eat.
I was eating them this morning. They actually, I did some sausage, some scrambled eggs, and just threw those, split it in half, threw it on the skillet. It was good.
Wow. Nice.
I pondered the mimosa, but then I was like, yeah, I got to be useful today. I can't start that early.
That's
Exactly.
5 o'clock somewhere.
This is true. This is
5 o'clock somewhere. Absolutely. But yeah, folks, the roaming prepper. I'm literally, I don't know how I came across your channel, Pete. But
I think it was Off the Wall. No, because Off the Wall had me, Tarsha, Texas Redleg. Christy, were you up there too? There was one big panel, and I know that's how I met Texas Redleg and Tarsha. And that may be how you and I connected somehow. I'm not sure.
I don't know. Were you ever on Angry Prepper's channel?
Yes, I was.
That's where it was.
I was on his 100K live, and then I came back solo.
That's it.
And
yes,
he and I
it
were
was just you and
about
him.
Economics and whatnot. Yeah.
Yep, that's where it's from. So, folks, so again, from the Angry Prepper, I meet the roaming prepper, and from the roaming prepper, I met Triple Threat. That's where I first saw Tarsha, was from on the Roaming Preppers channel. And folks, it's amazing again. And Pete is an amazing content creator. He will help you. He will bend over backwards for you. And he has great content. So if you have not seen his channel, you guys need to go visit him and subscribe, like his content, and comment on it so we can beat back the YouTube algorithms.
No kidding.
And get them squared away for sure.
Pete's IG is awesome too. He gives quick little tutorials and tips and tricks on his IG.
Yes. And every now and then I sprinkle in sarcasm just to keep it exciting. Like this morning's post.
Yes, he does. For sure. But you know, folks, it's like I had said earlier, I would be nowhere. I wouldn't have made even 1K without, first of all, you as the subscribers, to the other content creators I've met in the prepping community, period. And that's how we get to where we are. You know, we help each other. It's not all about me. Those type of preppers and content creators, I stay away from, period. The fear mongers, and you know who they are. I laugh and I'm like, okay, whatever. But you know, Pete's in Texas. If I could somehow, some way figure out how to bribe him to get him to show up at the bug out weekend.
I'll tell you what, if I could get out of here for 4 days, I'd be thrilled.
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
you don't want to camp on the ground in West Texas. We've got camouflage tarantulas, scorpions, rattlesnakes. People actually have an A-frame on their pickup, and the tent is on there because you don't sleep down on the ground. That's just not what you do out here.
What? So what? Wait a minute. Camouflage tarantulas.
Yes. So my cat, I took in 2 stray kittens that are now like 12 years old. They're ancient. They should be dead, but they're not. And they bring me dead things, and I feed them goodies, right? And it's a working relationship.
Okay.
And they'll bring me like mice and rats and what, because we're out by the countryside.
Right.
And I hear the door open, and my wife, Sassy, opens the door and goes, "Oh, hell no," and slams the door. And I said, "What's going on?" She's like, "I'm not going out there." So we open it, and sure enough, this tarantula probably, if his legs were full, he'd be about the diameter of this iPhone. I've never seen one. It was colored like rock, like brown, gray. It was beautiful. It was dead, quite dead. The cat killed it and, presented it as a gift. And I was like, "Oh no, I don't want that in my house." So, and I would not have seen it. It was the color of grass and dirt. It wasn't like you see in a pet store with the black and orange, real colorful. This one was desert camo.
Desert camo tarantula. Wow.
Do you have camel spiders there too?
What's that?
Do you have camel spiders there too?
No, closer to the coast, but we get scorpions, little ones.
Yeah.
About that big.
Yeah.
And they're camouflage too. They're actually really pretty and ornery, but yeah, so not where you want to sleep on the ground typically. No.
Wow. M&T Living and Cooking, good to see you. Paul J. Conroy Sr., good to see you. Crafty Leo, Educated Natural, good to see you folks. If I haven't said hello, whoever else I may have missed in the chat, you have to forgive me. This is about you guys, and I know if I start looking at the chat and reading, I'm going to get sucked into it, and then my mother Sparks is going to scream at me to tell me to get back on topic and to focus. So I'm not going to look into the chat. Every now and again I will, and I'll say hello. And to anybody that came in that I missed, thank you, thank you, thank you, because without you, I would not be where I'm at. With the numbers that we have for subscribers. And for me, it's not about the numbers. For me, it's about quality content that will help somebody thrive and stay sustainable in any type of emergency. Plain and simple. That's what we do. That's why we prep. That's why we pray. That's why we keep an ear to the ground. That's why we do what we do. People look at us like we're crazy, but
not so much anymore, man.
Yeah, not so much anymore. And the news is even starting to say we're not as crazy as they think we are.
Yep.
So that's just totally amazing. And Pete, just to let you know, if you hear this noise,
Heard.
That itself is the buzzer that is timed to give away something.
Ah, okay. It wasn't the chupacabra sound or anything like that.
Yeah, as my mother Sparks says, it's the purge. Yeah. So yeah, completely. Okay. Thank you, Triple Threat. Appreciate it. I saw your text message. You're fine. Thank you. I get it. Well, since the sound went off, let's give away something. Good Lord. Let's do this. Let's give away. We're going to make this a bundle package. How's that? We're going to give away a soft tea tourniquet with an Israeli bandage.
There you go.
And an emergency rescue blanket. Okay? 3 items here, folks. Israeli bandage, emergency rescue bandage, and a soft T tourniquet. And this time we are going to use the word celebration, all lowercase. Hope I spelled that right. So, to enter for this drawing, use the word celebration, all one word. And you too can win a soft T tourniquet, emergency rescue blanket, and a vacuum sealed Israeli bandage.
All good things to have.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. We've got
Now I'm gonna
24
have that
good
song in my head.
celebration.
Mm-hmm.
If I could get away with the copyright on it, I would go ahead and play it, but it won't happen. So, yeah. But yeah, folks, it's if you're a content creator, you know what it takes.
Yep.
And the time and the effort that you put into put out content for your subscribers. And one thing I will say for 2023, because of people like Motivation from the Weightlifting Geek and African Dreaming, they challenged me, they pushed me to up my game. So I'm actually planning on doing 2 lives a week, one during the week, one on the mornings. I did a test run, I think it was last Saturday morning before the roaming prepper, because I'm trying to be conscious of who else is doing what, when, what, and what time, so we don't bump heads. And I kind of like the Saturday morning coffee thing and let's talk and eat and all that. I'm liking that. And if I can get up consistently early enough on Saturdays, I may just do that.
That's the big challenge on Saturdays.
Yes. Yes. Because the first one I did, I literally woke up like a half an hour before I was supposed to go live. And here I am scrambling to get everything ready, prepped, and set up. Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. We got 30 entries so far. Again, if you want to enter the drawing for a soft T tourniquet, emergency rescue blanket, and an Israeli bandage, type in the word celebration, lowercase, and we'll get this going. Right, White Rabbit says, "Woo, that is very ambitious and giving of you." Well, I'm trying to provide more content for my viewers, and not slack, plain and simple. But thank you, White Rabbit. I appreciate you. Okay, 30 entries. Let's go ahead and roll the dice here and see who the lucky winner is.
Drum roll, please.
Yes. Paul J. Conroy Sr., you are the winner of the soft T tourniquet, which is that, Israeli bandage, and an emergency rescue blanket. So, Paul, if you drop me an email at visionpreparedness@gmail.com, give me an address to ship this to, and we will get this out to you. And let me make note of this. So, can you share one of the funniest moments you had while doing a live on YouTube?
While doing a live?
Yes.
Probably we just moved in here, and it's happened a few times. Lucky Dame was probably in that one. I was doing a live stream in the kitchen. I believe I tripped on a corgi, and then there was food everywhere. And then Amazon showed up, and it was absolute pandemonium because the dogs apparently think Amazon is Satan. They were running up and down. They were running through the food. Stuff was falling down. I was like, hold on. I had to stop the camera and run off. And that's happened to me several times. So if you look at some of my old live streams, you'll see the dog emojis all show up at once. It's whenever they hear my dogs bark. And but yeah,
Wow.
that was one was tripping on dogs while I was trying to do a kitchen live. The one I did yesterday, everyone got created. I'm like, because I'm going to
Yes.
either burn one of you or kill myself in the kitchen on a live stream. I just I can't do it. I got knives and hot things. I just know
Right.
they're all
That's
wore out, man.
I love it though. I love your dogs, and it's amazing because there they are. My man Bentley. See that's I'll put my money on him. I remember when you first got him, I was like, oh yeah, he's gonna be hell on wheels when he grows up.
He's got that big T-Rex head, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Cassandra Gunther, thank you for coming. Have a great evening. Stay safe.
Oh, Lucky, that's right. Lucky just reminded me of another one. I put a link, and it was bringing Tennessee Tactical and someone else up, and a third party jumped in there, and I didn't see the name right, and I clicked, and I got someone I've never seen before, I've never seen since, just some strange ass person in my live stream. And Tennessee and I were in mid conversation. We both looked, and then he sends me a text. He's like, "Who the hell is that?" I'm like, "I have no idea." We just kept talking. Whoever it was really cool, and he just jumped in. And for the life of me, I can't remember who it was. A super nice guy, it turned out, which was fortunate, because for all I know, he could have just showed his butt, literally mooned the camera, and shut down my live
has
stream.
happened,
That
not
has
on
happened.
mine, but on somebody else's.
Yeah.
It
Someone
happened in
literally showed
Catskill.
his butt.
Oh, they showed more than that.
Yeah. Yes.
More than once. She had to delete that live stream. Yeah.
Oh,
it
wow.
was bad. It was really bad. Yeah.
Yeah. That's not good.
Yeah.
So you creators, be careful who you bring up. Make sure that you have spoke with the people. And also another tip is, if you see them down in the studio on the bottom, make sure that whoever it is, if you've never actually seen them before, that they're moving in that video. Like, tell them directly to do something specific, so that it's not a pre-recording of someone else for them to pop up and show stuff that they shouldn't be showing.
Look, I was on Dangerous Freedoms the night the troll did show his butt. Like, it's one of those things that's funny and you want to see it, but then at the same time you really don't.
Yes.
It's like an accident,
Yeah.
Exactly.
This was way inappropriate. They basically, it was a clip from what you would find on Pornhub.
Oh.
Yeah.
It was that inappropriate. Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely. Without a doubt.
Liberated people are petty, and I don't know. I think we've normalized mental illness, and we've normalized bad behavior, more importantly.
Correct. And folks in the chat, one thing I will say, and Christy already said it, and Pete said it too. If you have somebody on your live stream, make sure you know who they are, or at least you've seen them around, or somebody either on your stream with you or in your chat knows who they are, period.
Yeah, and keep your glasses handy so you actually read the names correctly.
Yeah. Yes. And the reason I say ask them to do something specific when they're backstage is because somebody can do a screen record of like one of us right now, and it will look like us, but it's not.
Yeah.
Right. Absolutely.
That blows my mind. You'd think you went through all that effort to mess with someone else's channel. Just make your own. It's easier to do your own channel.
Correct.
Yeah.
With that, I'm going to leave this to you two. I need to step away for a moment, and I shall return. I will be back.
We bring on this commercial break.
Welcome to MMS and RP's channel, guys.
Woo!
We just ejected Trent. Just kidding.
All right. The adult left the room. Everybody, somebody turn on the music. No,
Now you can moon the camera, Pete.
no, we won't do that. That'd be terrible. God, nobody wants to see that. I don't want to see that, much less anyone else. I could show you the corgi's butt, but that's not very exciting. She's passed out. She's listening. But and why is it always a guy doing it? Or where are the ladies showing off Homestead Aquarius? They're being
man.
traumatized by the other people. I can't believe that. So they actually put basically a porn clip on.
Yeah, more than once.
Was it
They
Catskill?
changed- Yeah, it
Alley?
was on Catskill. She had to delete it. Thankfully, it was in the middle of the night, so no children would have or should have been watching.
Should have been
But
watching it.
she ejected them, and then they changed their name and came back as somebody else, and they did it again. Yeah.
Oh wow, that was though. Thanks for reminding me of that, Lucky. That was the last time I threw an open link on a live stream. After that, whenever I do a StreamYard, I will email people individual links or put it in like Instagram or something.
Mm-hmm. I do open links, but I have to know the person.
Yeah.
To at least speak to them, not here.
Yeah, because you don't want. I don't know. I don't need that. Like I have to deal with enough weirdness every week.
Right.
That yeah, that's just too much. God.
Yeah, I would be mad if I lost my channel because of something like that.
Yeah, that would not be cool. So those of you I know yesterday I was pitching a lot of I kept saying put the links up for anyone under 1,000, and then we did a while where it was under 500 subs to try and help those smaller channels grow. But you guys learn from our mistake, or our mistakes and our lessons, because my mother Spark's absolutely right. You don't want to. You invest this time to do something, whether it's a business venture, you're doing it for fun, or you're doing it for to be a good person, and they'll crater your channel. They don't care. They think it's funny.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. Absolutely. With that, folks,
You could
it's
have warned me. I almost
5:51.
peed myself.
What's the purge?
You scared me a little bit. I think
I'm sorry.
I might have tinkled a little.
You have to be a pre-warning before you do that. I'm glad I had a headset on. My dogs would have flipped out. Amazon's here.
See, there it
Barking
is.
everywhere.
Okay, this is going to be the last giveaway, and we are going to give away a MyMedic burn mod, burn kit, an emergency
in there too.
An emergency compression bandage, a triangular bandage, and a mini gauze mod. So these are 4 items that we're giving away.
There you go.
In this wonderful MyMedic giveaway. So the word is going to be, again, we're going to use the word MyMedic, all lowercase.
Yeah, you see what Lucky Dame said? I agree with her.
You need to include the pins in that package after scaring one with. I gave the prerequisite. at the beginning of the live, and I've been saying it. I even warned Pete. I said, when you hear this, this is what it is.
My light is dead.
Uh-oh.
No, it's the People's Republic of Light.
Yeah.
It's like the communists were like, I've heard enough of you. No light.
Exactly. MyMedic, all lowercase, to win the MyMedic burn mod, mini gauze mod, emergency compression bandage, and a triangular bandage, folks. And I would like to thank my affiliates, Nutrient Survival, MyMedic, and Aquatabs for everything they've donated. And if you show up to the Bug Out Weekend, we will be doing more giveaways. We will be playing a game possibly called Let's Make a Deal. So you may want to show up for that, as well as the good food. We've got 28 entries so far. And do me a favor, folks, hit the like button for me. If you're new here, if you like what you're seeing so far in the live, subscribe, share out the video. Do what you like, do what you want. Just enjoy the time. And I truly appreciate Angry Prepper, Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival, My Mother Sparks, the Roaming Prepper, everybody in the chat, all the other content creators that happen to come through. It's amazing. I will say this. The Bug Out Weekend, we will be giving away a My Medic Pro MyFact kit. And we've got some other things that we're going to give away. Hopefully one of our major affiliates is going to sponsor the whole weekend, which means we're going to have tons of stuff. Tons. So we've got 30 entries and 49 people in the stream. So that's right around 19 people. If you want to enter, all you have to do is type in the word My Medic, and you too have a chance to win these 4 amazing items, compliments of My Medic. Okay, let's go ahead and draw. Last call, enter My Medic, all one word. You too can win. And here we go. Doom, 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 doom. Liberated Lady. Congratulations. Congratulations. You are the winner of the My Medic Minor Burn Pack, Mini Gauze Pack, Mini Emergency Pressure Bandage, and a triangular bandage. So, Liberated Lady, if you send me an email with a shipping address, I will ship this out to you. Don't forget, all of the winners, please send me an email to visionpreparedness@gmail.com. And I will ship these out to you. And I truly appreciate everybody joining in and being here for this celebration, because the celebration is for you, my subscribers, our subscribers, those who helped us get to 1K. And with
Don't
that,
forget to leave that like. How many do we have in the chat right now? 49. You got 79 likes, so you're doing good.
All righty. Thank you, folks. I truly appreciate y'all. Truly appreciate y'all. And one thing I've learned from my mother Sparks, because I'm old for a reason, she makes me write stuff down. So I'm actually writing down the winners and what they won, so I know what to send to who.
When I did my my giveaway, I had a big sticky pad, and as I showed somebody one, I put the sticky on it and threw it in the back.
Yes.
Otherwise, I'll forget. There's no way.
Exactly. Same here.
And on that note, Trent, I need to jump off.
You know what? That's perfectly fine, because we're done. And I appreciate you, Christy.
It was fun.
Everything.
Congratulations on making it to 1,000. Thank you for making me tinkle a little. Appreciate you for that.
That was loud, wasn't it?
What was loud? That's not loud.
I think it was because everyone was very focused and quiet.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
then that went off.
And
You should
everybody
have used
jumped.
an air raid siren.
Oh Lord, no.
That would have been
Then it
fun.
really would have been the purge.
Yes, absolutely. But Christy, thank you so much. Folks, everybody in the chat, I truly appreciate y'all. Pete, the roaming prepper, thank you.
Good.
Yes, I appreciate you. Everybody in the chat, thank you so much. We've got more stuff to give away at the Bug Out Weekend. Please, 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 if you can, show up this week. If you keep an eye on our website, that's visionpreparedness.org. On the About page, we will be listing the location, dates, and sometime this week, I'll be putting up the registration. And I'll even be dropping a little video announcing registration is open. Basically, all it is who you are and that you're either coming or you're thinking about coming. That's it, just so we can get a numbers count to what's going on.
Yeah.
Again, my amazing moderators, Triple Threat, and everybody else that's one of my amazing moderators, Donna Devine, Marco, Fed Up American, Mad Shad. And if I forgot anybody else that's a moderator, my mother Sparks, of course, is always my moderator. She's been my first moderator that I made, and she will always be. Again, folks, thank you so much. And remember, keep prepping because your family depends on you and it depends on your life. God bless everybody. Have an amazing Sunday. Have an amazing week. And we all will see you in the next video. I'm Trent, and this is Vision Preparedness.